Hello everyone and welcome to my 38-week pregnancy update. What a week it has been. I am so excited. Today is my official first day of maternity leave, which it's such a nice relief to have some time to myself. There's a little bit of sunshine in the cloudy sky and just trying to get things a little bit settled, maybe relax a little bit before baby comes. It's quite nice, though I'm scared that he's going to go seriously overdue, like 42 weeks, and then I would have had an entire month off without the baby, which would be, in my eyes, a bit of a waste, because I want to get as much time with him as possible. But I did decide that a little bit of a break at work would be good before baby decides to come. And now that baby is completely full term, he could come at any point, so that's quite exciting. We did actually have a little bit of a scare the other night. I was in a lot of pain. Baby was moving a lot, like he was having an absolute disco in there, but the pain I was in was unreal. Got to the point where I was like trying to stand up. I was crying, there were tears literally running down my face. My partner was like stroking my belly, trying everything he could to help. And then a little bit of like fluid and everything came out, and we were a bit unsure as to whether my waters had broken or not. So the next day I spoke to my neighbour, and she said that, you know, when her waters broke, it was only a small little bit, and she hadn't realised that she'd actually had her waters broken because it was such a small amount. So she recommended that I go get checked. So I phoned the labour ward and they asked for us to come in. So we went in about like 7 o'clock that night into the labour ward, and they did some internal checks which were really bizarre. You know, like if you're a girl and you've gone for a gynae check before, they put like that kind of clampy thing inside of you, open you up, and then they do this swab for about a minute inside, and it is a very uncomfortable minute, but it's soon over. And then they put the swab into this little test tube, and you have to wait and see if you get 2 lines or 1 line, very much like a pregnancy test. And if it's 2 lines, then you will stay and you'll be induced for your baby to come out, because that means that your waters have broken. And if it's 1 single line, then unfortunately it's not quite yet your time. So they were quite sure that it was going to be our time, and they'd even said like, yeah, you know, you're probably going to be induced in about 3 hours, around midnight. So I was like, oh god, okay, this is interesting. So we were there for quite a while, but the test came back negative. She did say that it could be a false negative, so waters had not broken, which means that there was no risk of infection, which happens after your waters break. So she let us go home, and lo and behold, the pain stopped, everything went back to normal, and I haven't really felt that much pain since. Baby's movements have been like slower. She did say like keep an eye on his movements, make sure there's no reduced movements, and keep an eye on how I'm feeling and stuff. But when he does move, sometimes it can actually really hurt now. There's just no more space left for him in here. So it's just a bit of a waiting game as to when it's my time. He can come at any point, like I said. So we're just trying to keep relaxed and kind of keep going until he does decide to make his appearance. Yeah, that's pretty much the only big updates I have for you. Colostrum collecting, I think I spoke about it in my previous video. That has started to go better. I don't have a bath, and I've heard that a bath can really help with colostrum collection and stuff. So what I did was I put a hot water bottle on my chest and then massaged everything, and I found that was a lot easier. It's a lot easier to collect it from the left boob than it is the right boob for some reason, but it is getting easier as time goes on. I think I mentioned in my first video, you know, the first time I tried to collect it, I was busy for about like an hour and a half, squeezing, huffing, puffing, sweating. It was not fun, and I was getting really discouraged. And then I stopped, and I'd gotten about 0.1 millilitres of colostrum out, and it, it was pretty much the same for the next couple of days, but slowly I can see that I'm getting more and more. When was it, yesterday or the day before? I got about 0.45 mils in a much shorter space of time as well. So if you're planning on collecting colostrum, I would just say that you just need to carry on. Don't give up, because it is something that's going to be really beneficial for your baby when they do arrive. Not only is it really good if they've got any like skin irritants or complaints, if something goes wrong and they need extra help with feeding, that can be a big help. And obviously it's just packed with antibodies and all that good stuff, so you can freeze it, I think, for up to 6 months. I might be wrong, but I think it's about up to 6 months. So definitely worth keeping your colostrum if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it, it's absolutely fine. I wanted to try because I am obviously hoping to breastfeed and give baby as much goodness as I can. Me and my partner have really sensitive skin. My partner's got some eczema, and I've had psoriasis in the past, so we've gotten like all the sensitive skin baby products. And I've heard that, even if you've got extra colostrum that your baby doesn't actually need to ingest, you should keep it, and it's really, really good if you just pop it onto their skin if they do have any kind of issues with that. So that is what I'm planning on doing. My first day of maternity leave today. Last night I started the 4th book in the 6 Tudor Queens series by Alison Weir. Already loving it. I have a feeling something bad is about to happen. I'm almost finished the first chapter, and already basically book 1 is following Anna of Cleve, and she's the queen that was never crowned, and King Henry fell in love with her portrait but wasn't quite as convinced by the real Anna of Cleve when he saw her. I don't know much about the story yet because me and my partner did stop watching Tudors for a little while, the TV series, so we need to catch up on that, but I'm quite glad that I can try and get ahead in the book now. So when I get home from this walk, I do plan on reading a bit of that. Obviously I'll go more in depth into this, into my my July wrap-up, if I ever make one of those, depending on baby. The book that I've just finished is called The Quiet Tenant by Clemence Michelin, and my first 5-star thriller of 2023, guys. I can't tell you, oh look at the butterfly, I can't tell you how amazing, oh where's it gone, can't tell you how amazing that book was. I was just honestly flipping the pages on the edge of my seat. So often books are marketed as these pulse pounding thrillers, and so often it just, it's just a lie. But with that book, I have to say I was so hooked. If you haven't read it, totally think you should. Besides that, there's not much else to update you on. I had my nails done yesterday. Anthony was like, why don't you go for some French tips? So got some French tips done, but with a little black and some flowers on them. I've had my hair coloured, so I've got my toes done, my nails done, and my hair done. All the pampering's done. Now we are just waiting for baby boy to arrive. Vinted is going well. It's really great that I've got this kind of drive to still kind of make some money while I'm on mat leave, and I think I've made about just under £200 already so far in 1 month, just trying to sell random crap that I'm not going to use again, clothes that either don't fit or that I've worn so many times now that I'm one of those people that likes to wear things a few times and then never wear it again, or go for ages without wearing it. So yeah, I've just kind of started to get a bit more relentless with my cupboards, make some space. I've also been selling a couple of books. I just made a sale today. I sold a copy of Circe by Madeline Miller and A Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. And I know I said that I was going to read those books at some point, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. And they're the kind of books that they are older now, so by the time that, you know, I'm interested in picking up some Greek mythology, then perhaps I'll be able to find them in a second-hand bookstore myself. So I sold a little bundle sale today of those, and I sold a little back dress. I've also started selling little cuttings of one of our plants, so that's really good, you know, just little bits and bobs that will just keep me ticking by and also keep me busy, especially as I'm waiting for baby to arrive. This walk that I'm on, there's things I've been doing to try and induce labour. So I've heard of this raspberry leaf tea thing, and so we've got this raspberry leaf, this raspberry tree outside. So I was like, well, I'm not going to order raspberry leaf tea because, like, I just don't see the point in ordering a whole bag. So I snipped some of our leaves from the tree off, and I cleaned them and steeped them in some boiling water for a while, and I made my own little raspberry leaf tea. That was a couple of days ago, so clearly it didn't do anything, although I did have those pains, so who knows. Labour did not come. I've heard that walking and exercising can help induce labour naturally, so hence why we are on this beautiful walk. It's around 3 kilometres. Probably not the wisest of things to be doing by myself when I'm 2 weeks away from having a baby, but I've got my phone on me, so if something happens, we will be fine. What else? Spicy food. I eat quite a lot of spicy food anyway, so just shoving on extra Tabasco onto my boiled eggs. And at some point I am going to ask my lovely fiance if I can get a very hot vindaloo, maybe around like the end of week 38 or closer to week 39. But it's just so crazy to me that now is going to be literally in 2 weeks time, regardless. No, is it 2 weeks time? Maybe. If it's 40 weeks until my actual due date, then that's 2 weeks. So unless he goes overdue, I will have a baby in 2 weeks time, which is pretty freaking exciting. We got a beautiful little cardigan made for him with his name on it, and we have chosen a name now, but I can't share that with you yet until he's here because it's a big surprise. So yeah, we will be revealing his name. I know some of you were asking and getting quite excited. I'd love your guesses as to what we're going to be calling him in the comments down below. I'd love to, you know, see what you think. Is it going to be bookish related, or what do you think it's going to be related to? Anyway, I am about to head up to the gates where there's lots of people now, so I need to go before people start saying hello to me and asking me if I live here and can I walk here for free, which I can. See you later. Bye.